lecture, Navigating the Tech Talent Drought, More Than Work for High Potential Technologies, which will be conducted by Julio Blanco. Julio Blanco is passionate for innovation in both business and technology. Julio brings over 25 years of extensive international experience on the table. He's an expert in crafting business strategy and driving digital transformation, having worked across the insurance, banking, technology, and consulting sectors. His career has been dedicated to leading teams and projects at the intersection of business and technology transformation, where he has excelled in adopting emerging technologies, mitigating risk, ensuring regulatory compliance, and in streamlining processes. We remind you that at the end of his presentation, we will have a space for Q&A. However, feel free to send your questions to the chat. We would like to thank Julio for his participation in this event, and without further ado, Julio, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Gustavo. And thanks to GITMA for the opportunity to share this time with you and to present a perspective on the global challenge of technology talent shortage and some initiatives around it. And obviously, thanks to all of you for joining to this call. This presentation has two main objectives. The first one is to highlight the importance of technological talent today, the new expectations and needs they have, the global shortage of resources, and the impact of this situation on companies in their transformation processes and the challenges they are facing. Second objective is to introduce an ongoing initiative aimed at addressing this structural issue with a new and different value proposition. Well, as you know, we are living an historic moment in technology. Today, we stand at a remarkable moment in our history where emerging technologies are orchestrating a deep transformation across all the facets of our society and economy. These cutting-edge technologies are not only important players, but catalysts in the ongoing digital revolution, enhancing innovation, efficiency, and ultimately improving our quality of life. Without a doubt, we are living a unique moment of change. As we navigate with this technological change, we find ourselves armed with unprecedented opportunities to mold a smarter, a more sustainable, and interconnected future for all. Technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, and others have now become globally accessible tools, empowering us to implement real and tangible changes. Of course, this also has its impact on business and companies that now they have at their disposal all these new technologies that will certainly impact in the digital transformation processes. This moment is too significant to overlook. However, the great potential they represent is not exempt from great challenges. Tech talent is now the competitive advantage. One of the main challenges, and probably the most important, is tech talent. We find ourselves in the situation where the significance of tech talent cannot be overstated. First and foremost, it's essential to understand that tech talent is key for gaining a competitive edge in today's market. It is something like the lifeblood of innovation, efficiency, and progress in our digital-driven world. However, despite undeniable importance, there is a significant challenge we face: the shortage of tech talent. This talent shortage is more than just a mere barrier. It's a key limiting factor for our growth. The demand for tech-related jobs continues to soar, irrespective of the fluctuation of the overall job market. Still, there is a substantial gap between the demand for a specific tech skill and the actual talent available. Obviously, this gap is not the same in all the technologies and varies depending on them. but it's a universal challenge for all. The recent layoffs in the technology sector do not mitigate this problem, as it could benefit other sectors. As the tech field changes, we have a chance to hire appealing candidates looking for new opportunities. To seize this opportunity, we need to develop a strong value proposition that really connects with the tech professionals. It's not just about attracting them, it's about retaining them as well. We must be prepared to offer a compelling reason for them to join our organization, and what I think is more important, to stay in them. Moreover, we are on the cusp of significant transformation in the workforce. Automation and emerging technologies are reshaping the nature of work, and this will require us to adapt and upskill to meet these evolving job requirements. In conclusion, we are indeed living in a transformation era where tech talent is the currency of success, and its scarcity is a challenge that we must address strategically. With no intention to bore or to be exhaustive with the data, I believe that mentioning a few will clearly reflect the current situation about the tech talent. For example, a recent study by Manpower Group on the global talent shortage reveals some interesting data. The tech talent shortage is global, but it's accentuated in some geographies, for example, USA. There are other countries where this problem is less, but there are some geographies, the United States, where the problem is deep. Another one is that the global talent shortage is increasing year after year. Other important point, tech talent shortage reached a 17-year high in 2023, or than 77% of employers around the world are experiencing difficulties in filling job vacancy. This is the answer of 4 of 5 employers. Emphasizing other data on the shortage, another research, a global survey by McKinsey, reveals other significant information. For example, an 87% of companies have or anticipate tech talent shortage in the next years, or than 43% are already experiencing talent gaps at the present. Many of the skills in the greatest demand have less than half as many qualified practitioners per positioning as the global average. Since other point of view, and what is the new tech talent candidates waiting for their expectation? The McKinsey Global Survey reveals that other interesting insight about tech talent and the factors that impact in their decision about their own careers. First and foremost, professional development and growth are the cornerstones of their career choices. While compensation remains a significant factor, it's no longer the sole driver behind their decisions. The revelation underscores the shifting priorities of the tech talent. Furthermore, we observe a constant employee rotation in the technology job market, with professionals switching roles every 2.7 years on average, compared with 2.2 years across other industries. Career development and growth consistently feature as an essential element across all the decision-making processes. All the decision is as plan to stay, accept a new job, to leave the current job, or to leave the previous jobs. Notably, this emphasis on career growth becomes even more critical when it came to retaining younger talent. An amazing 54% of individuals between the age of 18 and 34 years old express their willingness to stay with an organization, compared to 40% among those aged 45 and above. What sets these organizations apart in the age of such challenge, the tech talent, is their commitment to fostering a culture of continuous learning and improvement. The presence or absence of this culture significantly impact in the satisfaction level of the tech talent. subsequently influencing in the perception of the potential candidates within the company. In summary, it's essential to understand these dynamics to attract, to retain, and harness the full potential of this valuable pool. We are seeing that companies are facing the challenge of tech talent. As we commented previously, the demand for skilled professionals in the tech sector is on the rise, and it's essential to understand the key trends shaping this landscape. There are some technologies and skills demanded where situation is impressive. For example, data analysis, texting, cloud position have experienced remarkable growth, with contract rates increasing by an impressive 15–20% since 2022. These roles are the forefront of technological advancements, and organizations are actively seeking these skills. Furthermore, it's crucial to highlight the rapidly evolving technology skills that are currently in high demand. 2023, for example, we are seeing a notable uptick in the need for cybersecurity, data management, cloud expertise, artificial intelligence, and Python programming. Staying ahead of the curve in these areas is becoming increasingly vital for the business. Regarding this, another reflection, nothing to be with this comment. Until recently, it seemed that only fast-growing technology will face resource shortage. But during some recent discussion, it's limited to ponder, what about those technologies now considered as old? I mean, COBOL, etc. There are still many systems implemented on these technologies, and they need to be maintained, but they are no longer given as much attention in terms of resources. Will there also be a problem with them? Well, just to think about it. Coming back to the objective of the presentation, and to finish these global challenges are the salaries. Obviously, in the tech sector, these salaries are soaring. On average, we are seeing salaries increasing 15–20% across the globe, a clear reflection of the growing competition for tech talent. Some additional detail. Professionals with security skills are commanding a premium, with their salaries skyrocketing by an average of 20% over the past year. Companies are facing the challenge of tech talent. The competition to attract them is hard. The human resources processes need to change to adapt the new candidate expectation, and there is a need for continuous evolution. But there are more. In addition to the organization pressure regarding talent shortage, there are another factors challenging about the current situation. The global political and economical situation inevitably generates uncertainty over business when making decisions and assessing investment. Factors such as the wars, inflation, interest rate, and more significant influence in the landscape in which we must navigate. The balancing act between reducing costs and maintaining healthy profit margins becomes a new challenge in uncertain times. As we have previously noted, the scarcity of talent remains a top concern. Additionally, the way we work is rapidly evolving, and the new work models, remote, hybrid, etc., becoming more prevalent, at least in workers' preference regarding the pursuit to return to the office. This includes new relationship models with business partners and new offshoring models. Many companies must deal with legacy systems and processes while striving to integrate these new technologies. Navigate this coexistence can be quite demanding in time and resources, and usually expensive. And finally, the evolving regulations, especially in tech and data privacy and cybersecurity, is vital for compliance and maintaining trust. So, in conclusion, companies are faced with the challenge of attracting top tech talent, undergoing deep digital transformation processes, while always maintaining pressure on efficiency and cost control. This puzzle of complexity needs imaginative, diverse, innovative solutions to tackle the challenge. And today, I have the privilege to introduce an ongoing project known as More Than Work. The concept behind the idea of More Than Work is offshoring of the best young talent to make it available to North American companies with differential value proposition for candidates, companies, universities, and tech firms. Main ideas: we hire the best junior talent from the top universities and upon completing or during they are completing their studies in Spain, we offer them a distinctive value proposition, a combination of work, training, health, and fun in a unique location, Spain. We complete their training in the best technologies and with the best partners. After that, we relocate these talents to the top companies in North America in their own language and time zone. In this initiative, we are promoting a flexible work model where, for example, in the mornings, the time can be dedicated to engaging in sports, exploring cultures, and in general, to personal development activities mixed with tailored training, while in the other part of the day, in the evenings, engaging in other activities oriented to the real work. The project execution will be supported by experienced professionals that will ensure, on the one hand, the candidates' training, and on the other, the quality and on-time delivery to the companies. The initial purpose of More Than Work is not become a technology company, but to assist in the development of technological talent for 2 or 3 years so that they can easily enter in the job market afterward. As mentioned earlier, we are exploring a distinctive value proposition while considering the potential and benefits for each of the 4 key stakeholders. The focal point of the initiative of More Than Work, it's a value proposition for the tech talent. As we saw earlier with data, the expectation and motivation of the tech talent have changed. Therefore, a new value proposition must adapt to their needs and align with them. In our value proposition, we aim to provide candidates with a holistic offer, striking a balance between education, work, personal life, fun, and personal development. And obviously, this tech talent value proposition includes a healthy work-life balance and offer opportunities for international work experience. There are other benefits around the proposal for them: career development and growth potential, as they will be working with top clients and improving day-to-day their capabilities. It will be a mix between training and real project execution. Tailored training for candidates and technologies, including acquisition of professional certificates of the top tech firms. Trustworthy and comparative environment, working with teammates with similar profiles and expectations. And, of course, compensation. Compensation structure designed to reward candidates based on their expertise, knowledge acquired, and work performed. Other key pillar of More Than Work is universities and education. It's important to understand how to engage tech candidates and what are they looking for after their careers. One of the lessons learned, at least in Spain, and I think that in Europe, is that so many candidates are choosing other options to study, certainly with less professional future than, for example, careers like technology or engineering. Universities are key to understand the whole dynamic. For example, to understand which candidate companies are seeking in universities, what types of companies are looking for these profiles, the most in-demand profiles, and areas of knowledge of greatest interest. Or in the other side, from the candidate point of view, there is expectation, issues for the end of the education and careers. So More Than Work can offer a promotion of tech talent with appealing programs during and upon completion of their studies, complementary activities to the program with customized training programs leading by technology players, or Google or Amazon or companies like this, including technical certification. You don't have to wait if you are a candidate until finish your studies to get a certificate. You can do it previously. A standard and expertise adapted training plans that enable the application of their knowledge in the shortest time. And in the case of studies abroad, to help to facilitate the return home and adaptation to the company's culture in the early professional experience. For companies, we aim to offer some benefits too. They live in firsthand the challenge of talent scarcity and the increasing of the complexity in the talent acquisition and recruitment processes. For them, modern work can provide access to the best tech talent expert, motivated, and in continuously development resources in the most innovative technologies, local schedules, and in a native language. Facilitates the process of identifying, attracting tech talent, resulting, of course, in cost saving for these processes, the recruitment and onboarding processes and training, and facilitate the retention process. The candidates are already familiar with the company culture, which finally should mitigate the onboarding process later on. Additionally, other key factor for the companies is the continuous improvement of the efficiency. Modern work could provide adequate cost, including of the offshoring models and flexibility in managing the demand according to the economic or the business cycles. Finally, the warranty and peace of mind to be sponsored by the leading players in each product or technology. Tech company is the last part that completes the circle. The growing demand for high growth solution, cloud, cybersecurity, etc., and the competitive market require skilled professionals to implement and maintain these solutions. We are seeing that these large companies and their partners are having difficulties in meeting resource needs and accelerating the sale and the delivery of their products and solutions. For them, it would be great to have more qualified experts in their technologies to accelerate their clients' transformation processes. Modern work could suppose for them, first, participate as a key player in the tech talent program cycle with universities, candidates, and companies, availability of expert talent in their technologies and with real work experience. These candidates have been prepared in their technologies and come with a well-rounded skill set. This can significantly accelerate the transformation processes for the client of these technology companies and attract the tech talent to encourage them to pursue their professional career in these fields. Finally, finishing the presentation, I think, on time. The opportunity we have is enormous, as well as the challenge of putting in practice. It's required imaginative solutions that consider the current needs and expectations of those who should be the drivers of the change. In this case, mainly the technology talent. And of course, the models should be considering the companies and taking consideration the current situation and the fluctuation of the market. Modern work aims to be a vital life experience and consider all parts involved. It's not just studying, it's not just about working or having fun. It aims to be a proposal that blends all these concepts with the ultimate goal that candidates learn and have a good time in the best way and start integrating naturally into the work environment. So that company can find a good source of a specialized resource and expertise in advanced technologies. So modern work raises some question. Is it necessary today offer more than just career? Is it necessary more than just a job? And for candidate, do you like to live a different experience in Spain? Thank you so much for your attention.
Julio, thank you very much for presenting this. I'm really excited. I wish I knew about this 20 years ago, so I could go and study in Spain and work from Spain and all these kind of things. And what is really amazing about this project and this proposition is that now, and it goes to the center of the spirit of the association. Understand from a global perspective the challenges in implementing IT. So from your position in Spain, it's really interesting for people who are in Mexico and US, because many times we understand the offshoring model US, India, but now figuring out that Spain leveraging the talent in Europe and maybe even so in Latin America to provide services to the US is a unique proposition that we haven't heard a lot before. So just I have a couple of questions here.
Mm-hmm.
What would you need from the people that are listening today? What would be like some follow-up or next steps that you would need from people that are watching, from academia, students, companies, universities? Can you talk a little bit more about what are going to be like the next steps and how they could, or what are you looking, or how can they approach to you and support this project?
Yes, thank you, Gustavo. I agree fully with you. In this moment, this initiative we have validated here in Spain with the big test players, I mean, or Google Cloud, Amazon, companies like this, that they are supporting this initiative. From a political point of view and the government and other institutions, you know that in Spain there are cities like Madrid, Malaga, other cities that are key impulsors of this kind of technological hubs from Europe and obviously from Latin America. The point that we are now is just to understand, and the help we would need is try to understand the point of view of the US university. What are they expecting from the candidates who are finishing their careers? What are the companies expecting from these candidates? Because I suppose they have a work orientation from the candidates. What are the companies looking for in these universities? And in the other part is the point of view of the companies. What are expecting the North American, US, Canada, etc. companies from this kind of candidates? What level of experience? I think that there are the two main points that we are pending and we need help.
And during this conference today, we will see that this lack of technical talents, that the expertise is, Eliud is going to talk a little bit about how to identify specialized knowledge and how to disseminate and identify. And then Salvador is going to talk about quantum computing. And the challenge here is we're facing these new technologies that are advancing very fast, and we cannot keep up the pace of creating all the skills that needed in not only on the tech side, but also on the user and business side, because this is impacting healthcare and it's impacting retail and tourism. And if you want to plan your vacations, you'll use AI. If you want to do whatever you want to do, these technologies are going to be everywhere. So it's very refreshing to see that it's not only a problem in US or Mexico or Spain. It's a global problem that is impacting all industries, and the spirit of these conferences is to to try to put together ideas and to figure out what are the best opportunities to add value to everybody. So thank you very much. I think we have a question here.
Yes, we thank Julio for this participation, and we will proceed with the question and answer session. So we ask the attendees to send their question to through their chat or unmute yourselves. I think Maria, we have a question on social media, right?
Yes, let me read it. What are some what emerging tech trends do you believe will shape the future of tech careers, and how should individuals prepare for these changes?
Well, I think that's mentioning in the presentation. I think that Gustavo mentioned before. There are so many changes and very quick. So it's important to be very flexible, to be adapting to the needs of the market and the technology. But I think that is a chain of mind in the people that make that they should be in a comfortable situation and be able to be adapting to the new technology, are growing every day, and I think it's very evolutive and very based on the experience.
Thank you, Julio. I believe Mahesh raised his hand.
Thank you, Maria. Julio, a very insightful presentation. Thank you for that. As I was listening to your presentation, I was wondering the impact, positive or negative impact of geopolitical factors. So say in the case of Spain, Gustavo had an interest in expanding to Spain, let's say 30 years ago. What if at the present that those geopolitical factors have changed the landscape? So what are your thoughts on the evolving landscape of geopolitical tensions?
But do you mean here in Spain?
Yeah, with respect to Spain, or even I'm from India, and the current tensions we have between India and Canada, for instance, that were reflected at the G20 summit last week that was hosted in India. So those issues for existing business between those two countries. I'm just wondering your thoughts on issues that come up of that nature.
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned it through political question in the scarcity of test talent. I was thinking more in, for example, in the work from Ukraine, that you know that there are so many tech offshoring from Ukraine. In Spain, I think that we navigate in uncertain political changes, but I think that Spain at a destiny have so many advantages. One of them is there is a security country based on the pertinence to the European community, and there are so many measures having taken effect in the early Europe, and there are some other benefits to make it a competitor with other countries like India or some other countries. It's a country where people live so good. It's a good weather, it's a good condition. You have so many good infrastructure to travel from Spain is a country of services. You have many hotel infrastructure. You can be welcome to so many people to work here. And there are some hubs here in Spain that are making difference through Europe in this moment. I think some cities in Spain, like I mentioned previously, like Malaga or Madrid, there are being some technological hubs from Europe, from the biggest firms. So I think that is a safety measure that Spain can compete with an offshoring competitor.
Thank you, Julio.
We have another one. Yeah, thank you, Maria. We have another one here in the chat on a personal message or direct message. It says, is there something that professors can do in their tech courses to help narrow down this talent shortage?
Well, I think it's not professors, but I think maybe it's a combination of all. For example, there are some practice that the students do during the final course of their careers, but I think it's not the same work like, I think it's, I don't know, it's becario in English, but like a practice, like work, a real work for a professional. So I think that to miss this kind of certification of tech firms during the completion of the careers of the universities, or start working in these 6 months, but not like a practice work, but in a real work supported by tech professional, I think it is an improvement, not just for the capacities and capabilities of the students, but to help them to integrate later on in the job world.
Perfect. Okay.
Thank you, Julio. We have another question. What qualification and experience are you looking for in candidates?
Well, we are thinking about candidates with 6 months before they finish in the career, but obviously we need to take in consideration the opinion, the ideas of the university to can make together this kind of plans. And after that is people who are just finishing their careers. For example, if it's people who is living